Okay, so the topic for today is mental health and just basically how we need to take it more seriously, ways to spot when our friends or the people around us are going through it mentally. So before we get to that, can you please introduce yourself further?
Okay, so as everybody already knows, my name is Amanda, or at least you know. So, I like music. I like eating. Obviously, I'm a foodie.
Yeah.
I have very close knit of friends. I'm not so sociable with everyone, and that's pretty much it. I have a boring life, so
Same. Okay, so do you think there's enough awareness, like mental health awareness in Nigeria right now?
no. It's a big no for me.
So why is that?
It's a big no. I don't know. It's just nobody takes mental health seriously in Nigeria. I don't think we take anything that has to do with therapy important at all. We don't. Everything is spiritual in Nigeria at this point. We don't take anything. I say it to my mom. I say it to my siblings. I say it to my friends. I don't. If there's a therapist in Nigeria, I don't think they make money at all.
But like I've seen somebody on TikTok before. She posted a video about how like she had like a therapy session, like the whole thing. I think for like a month for 500 and something K
in Nigeria.
And I understand why it would be expensive because they don't know when next they're gonna get a customer. Because whenever like you said, when you see somebody going through it mentally, the first thing somebody wants to say is, "Have you prayed? Have you prayed?" Like
they will take you to church.
Exactly, and. As the Bible says, God only helps those who help themselves.
Nobody's saying you shouldn't go to church. It's just there are some things that God. Why did God create doctors if He did not think you were meant to go to them when you have issues? Even if it's mental issues, He wouldn't have made something like a therapist or someone you can talk to if He knew that going to church will solve the problem. So they just make everything so spiritual that they don't even take it. They don't take it seriously. I don't think there's enough awareness of mental health at all.
Definitely, because you're right. Anybody is like, "Oh, sorry, I feel really bad right now. Oh, have you prayed?" Blah, 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 blah. But then, whatever. Okay, moving on. Do you know any reason why somebody that's going through it would just not want to seek help?
Society as a whole, like. If we're using Nigeria as a case study, in fact, all of us are witches and wizards in this country because nobody wants to see anybody happy at this point. You have a problem and you think you're sharing it with a friend, whereas that friend is going to like spoil you at the back or something like that. Nobody really, and when you have that fear that you share a problem with someone and all you get is just you just get dished at the back or something like that. No, why would someone want to share their problems? Nobody cares at this point. Yeah, everybody has their own problem, but at least once in a while, like I saw a post recently, like no matter how far you are from your friends, call them once in a while, ask them how you doing, how are things going. Some people might be on the verge of committing suicide and someone calls them and they change their mind. Exactly, because they don't have enough care. Nobody cares about them and things like that. Nobody wants to know what you are going through, and even if they do want to know, they only criticize it. So you don't expect people who have the fear of getting criticized to speak up about their problems.
Okay. And I feel like you said, when people try to like express themselves, they just get some, I don't know, very either cold reaction, or they get backstabbed, or like people start spreading it and turning it to gist. Like I had a friend, she was like at the verge of like, and then I feel like people that are suicidal, like, so not saying that suicide like is for somebody to be mentally ill, they must want to commit suicide. You can have like minor mental health issues and not jump to suicide immediately. But then hers got so extreme that unfortunately she had to think of it and even attempted it. So she tried to like say it, and obviously you could tell that she had just lost all hope and she was looking for maybe just one last drop of hope. Maybe somebody to just tell her, "Oh look, Mrs. XYZ, it's okay. Don't do this, don't do that." So she was trying to, like, she texted all of us and she was like, "Oh, you guys, I'm so sorry, but I'm gonna have to do this, blah, 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 blah." And obviously, like, somebody might just hear that and say, okay, like, she's just seeking attention. But then I understand why she would want to do that.
Someone also says she's stupid.
People were...
There'll be more critics that must support her.
Exactly. People were laughing about it like, "Ah, please, if you want to die, die now." And I'm like, what?
That's still the point. We don't take mental health seriously in Nigeria.
Exactly.
We just see it as fun. I'm not going to say I've not when someone is like they want to like I might have been a part of it before. I'll be like, what type of place is that?
Some people really really joke about it. Some people take it way too far.
Way too serious. Like I might have been a part of it. I can't remember, but I might have told a friend that she was like, I just want to die. I was like, oh, don't die. You like if you want to die, but just don't kill yourself. Like something like that. That you just reduce, you just increase the food population or something like that. Yeah. Like, but at the same time, you still have to be like at least think. Why would someone say they want to die? No sensible, well-to-do person will just wake up and be like, I want to kill myself or I want to self-harm myself. I think self-harm is even worse than killing because when you kill yourself, you died. No baton, it has finished. But like when you say, I don't think I can ever bring myself to take a blade and cut myself. People that do that, they get to this level of, I don't know if it's depression or if it's just their health, their mental health as a whole. You get to a level where you take a blade and say you want to cut yourself or harm yourself, and nobody cares. I
think self-harm is like, it's a symptom of further issues. Like self-harming could be a symptom of borderline personality disorder. It could be a symptom of depression. It could be a symptom of schizophrenia.
But depression has to do with mental health.
Yeah, but like there's different mental health issues or personality disorders. So I feel like all these things are under something. So you can't just say, okay, this person is self-harming just generally because they want to die.
Yes.
It could be because maybe they actually are sick. Like when somebody has a personality disorder, like it means like a part of their brain or something is actually not working. So there's actually scientific explanations for these things. But then nobody even wants to listen far enough.
Yes, exactly. But I watched the movie and found out that there's a case where someone can just stay and continue laughing. Like it's just something might not be funny. And they'll be laughing. If that type of person were to be in Nigeria, people they'll make fun of it and say that's stupid. But I found out that it was actually a condition. It was not normal. So even the person who had the condition said that he does not like smiling. That there's some things that are actually sad, but he can't stop. It's his brain. It's a condition, but we don't take it seriously.
Which obviously will take us back to the fact that there is little to no awareness.
And even if awareness was supposed to be created, the people who don't have issues at the same time derive their attention. And if people don't actually have mental health issues, are acting like they have mental health issues, nobody will actually care about it. Nobody will take it seriously because if you don't have it and you're saying you have it and someone finds out you have it, they'll be like, so all of you, everybody who is saying they have mental health issues are just fake. Yes, they're acting it out. So nobody will want to take you seriously when there are fake people everywhere claiming they have issues when they don't.
Like, I've seen people posting their self-harm on their stories. And I'm like, so somebody that's going through this thing privately, how is somebody supposed to check on them? And like, back to the I feel like that's the thing we need to stress the most. The fact that there is no awareness. Because even when somebody is, like, in Nigeria, when somebody is schizophrenic, they call them mad. Like, they just say, okay, this person is mad. Meanwhile, like, for somebody to be able to, like, walk on the streets, not shower, like, eat garbage, that should be, like, stage 4 schizophrenia. But in Nigeria, this person is mad. Hell, your village people. Hell, this person is actually, this person is...
it is just so true. I have a friend, a personal close friend. Her father, like, did not care about them. It got to a point where she'll call me around 7 p.m. in the evening and be like, Amanda, that is beating mommy. And I'll be so scared. Like, to the extent I'll be like, should I come over? Like, I want to find any means possible to quickly go over to make her feel better. But there's no way I can come over. Okay, so at the end of the day, her father ended up dying. Then she'll call me by 2 a.m. in the morning. Like, I normally don't pick calls by 2 a.m. in the morning because I'm sleeping. Why will you be coming? But if I just find out that it's her, I pick it up because she goes through, like, there are some things that goes on in her mind. And even if you tell her that, don't worry, everything will be well, she'll be like, I don't believe that again. That is what she said. Just that everything will be well. She'll be like, I don't believe those type of sub stories again. That is how far she has gone into it. And someone will just be like, this girl is not serious. Someone will just say on the road and she'll say something and they'll just take her. So they'll joke with it so much that she will go further into it and nobody really cares. She has very few people she talks to about it, and she does not. I don't even think she talks to her mom about it.
Yeah, because maybe her mom hasn't even healed.
There was a time I went to visit her and I was talking about something with her in front of her senior sister. Senior sister was like, so she told you that? She didn't even tell me. It's so bad that she does not even talk to anyone in her family about it, and then they'll be feeling like she's not talking to anybody. But did they ask her? They didn't care. Nobody actually cares, even in the home.
Okay, so do you think the people that avoid talking about mental health or about mental illnesses, do you think they are also mentally ill?
The people that don't try to help those in need.
No, like those that don't want to hear about it at all.
I don't even know what to say to that, because everything narrows down to an individual. Everybody is different. Ignorance is a disease, but knowledge can also make you less fun.
Word, because I tell my mom all the time that it's not everything you must know.
Yes, I tell my sister that sometimes ignorance is bliss.
I say that all the time.
Ignorance is bliss sometimes. I personally like knowledge. I derive fun from learning. Like, I was even talking about it recently, and I was like, is that a bad thing? One of my aunts was like, it's not a bad thing, it's actually a very good thing. But that makes me boring to an extent around other people, because as some things you talk about, I'll be like, this thing is not good, or probably maybe some type of fun you want to do, and I like mention all the germs and bacteria or something you can get from it, and like they'll be like, why is such a killjoy? So sometimes ignorance can be bliss, but me, I rather know. So those people who just like don't want to know at all, it can be a good thing, it can also be a bad thing, because some of them might be suffering from it and they'll just think it's normal anger issues or one. Like,
exactly.
Do you know that I feel like there are at least 20% or at least 30% bipolar people in Nigeria, but we don't know. We don't know
exactly.
that. We don't know that because we don't care. We have never checked.
Like,
everybody's just normal.
Yeah.
I was telling a friend of mine that I might be bipolar.
I told my mom.
I was like, and my cousin was like, I might be with you and be like, hey, what's up, please. My cousin will come at me next month. I'm like, are you alright? Is something wrong with you? So my cousin always just me like, Amanda, what's wrong with you? Are you bipolar? So that, you understand, and I laugh about it, but they're like 30% of Nigerians are bipolar, but we don't know because of ignorance. Yeah. So there are some things that we actually need to know, where knowledge is power, and mental health is one of those things. We should, at least, even if you don't have to know everything about it, you should endeavor at least to know one or two things. You should check your stress levels, go to the hospital. In fact, talk to people. I'm not saying you should have a bunch of people you talk to, because obviously not everybody likes you. Personally, I prefer male friends to female friends. Because males are blunt. They give you the truth straight up. Like they don't sugarcoat it.
Their advice is coming from a place of like, I'm really advising you because I won't like lose anything from it.
Yes.
But girls now, they feel like if they give you some type of advice, maybe you can end up becoming better than them.
Yeah, but there's also one thing we overlook sometimes. There's a level of intimacy you can get from a female friend that you can't get from a male friend. At least no matter how much guy friends you have, or in fact no matter, some people have 1,000 friends. I don't know how they keep up with that. You have 1,000 WhatsApp contacts. Why?
I don't even open WhatsApp. I
don't even have up to 50 contacts on my phone. I'm not someone who gets friends for benefits, but at one point or the other, we have to benefit each other in some way. We can't both be lacking and be working together. Exactly. Ignorance and ignorance together.
Honestly,
there's no difference. Exactly, there's no difference. So at a point in my life, even though I have several friends, both the ones I talk to, I have like 2 female friends that are like sisters to me. Like I don't even see them as friends again. We're just sisters. And I'm a very non-judgmental person. I don't judge people, because obviously I've done things that some people might hear and be like, this is stupid shit or things like that. But I don't judge people. So because of that, you have to have at least 2 friends, or one is enough, that you can go to always vent and just feel free to talk about anything. It might be a female, it might be a male. You know, there are some males that take things better than females, but sometimes I would personally recommend a female friend, because you can't always just go to a guy and cry that and they'll be like, it's okay, even though they care. Nobody's saying they don't care, but a female can just hold you. It does not mean you guys are in any type of sexual relationship, but it just feels free. It feels free, and you don't feel any discrimination, because she's also a female. She can also come to you and cry, and you don't feel like. So at some point or the other, every person in Nigeria, I'm not even going to say females, every male, every female, they are supposed to have one person you can talk to. Nobody's saying you should talk about your mental health to the whole estate, to the whole streets, to social media itself. You just have, at least, it can be your mother, it can be anybody. You just have to have one person you trust that you can always go to and vent your anger out to, at least talk to. Because I don't like you said, that therapist said she takes 500,000 for a section. So everybody cannot have the money for therapy, obviously. for the especially for the fact that we're in Nigeria. If it was abroad, I said it's cheaper and you can always go for therapy. But for the fact that we're in Nigeria, not everybody has the money for therapy. Even if I have the money, why would I want to say I want to use 500,000 for one session of therapy?
But then the thing is, like, it's so overlooked. We need that therapy.
I'm not saying we don't need it,
like,
but that's one mistake that even Americans make. You don't always need a therapist for your therapy.
Like, okay, that your friend, like, it's not everything that you would know how to solve. There's some things that you need, like, you need to go through actual lessons. They need to teach you these things. Like, that your friend that was always calling you now, would you say that it's everything that she told you that you had a solution for her? Sometimes didn't you just feel like as bad as it sounds, didn't you just feel like, can you just let me sleep? Did you ever feel like she was bothering you? Like, even though you know she wasn't trying to bother you, like maybe she just saw you as somebody that she really trusted and she really wanted to advise her.
I personally, I have a very genuine relationship with people I love. I can feel like a bother to somebody. I can feel like a liability to someone if I feel like I'm stressing you with so much of my problem. But when it's someone I actually care about, there's no limits. Like, at least those my female friends, you can come to me. There are some things I might not agree with that you do, but it's not my place to judge you. I'll just advise you anything that I feel is right and let it go. But if I actually care about, so many people might see it as a burden. Even me, I'm not very free with talking about my problems because I feel like I'm bothering anyone I'm telling you to. Like, you have your own problems. So I think like you have your own, I have my own. I'm bothering you with it. You might not be able to help me. So, but personally, me myself, I have those friends that you can come to me for anything, and I don't feel like you're bothering me. Maybe it's because of the way I've grown accustomed to loving them or caring about them. I just don't feel like it's a bother. Like, there's some people that can go out of my way. So I might not have money, but you just call me and you need money. Whether it's my mom, whether it's a guy friend, I don't know. I'll just find somewhere to get that money for you, and I need money too. But for the fact, I know that at the end of the day, you know that there are people suffering more than you, that need it more than you. I'm not a giver. I'm not going to lie. I'm not one of those philanthropist type of people. I don't see that. Some things that I don't feel like, as some cases where I feel like this person does not deserve this help, just let the person go away. So, but when I feel like you need it, you actually need it. I can go out of my way no matter how much I need it. And I don't like pleasing others before I please myself.
That's one of my biggest problems.
I stopped it because I noticed it was not helping me at all. That was the time that I was just going down and down and down. And I was not doing well at all. I was trying to please everybody and it was hurting me. I could feel a difference. I was not myself again. So I stopped it.
All right. So, like, as I said before, it's not like, it doesn't have to be them asking you for something. Sometimes people are not clear. Like, for me, I had a friend that I would always go to, this one friend. Guy, this happened. Guy, this happened. Oh, guy, this happened to me. And I'll go in full detail. And I'll be expecting this person to reply to every single thing that I said. The person will reply. And I'll be like, oh my God, you didn't reply to this. Am I a burden? Oh, you're not a burden. Claire, you're not a burden. And then I would always be doing too much. But I didn't realize that I was even doing too much until, like, it took a lot. We even had to end the friendship. And then when I was on my own, I now realized that, Claire, are you crazy?
And sometimes you might not actually be doing too much. But like you said, if person is just having this type of lack of reply. Not everybody knows how to reply to emotional situation.
Not everybody should. Not everybody should know how to, like, respond to somebody's issues. Because, like, come on. Like, the way I'm going through my stuff.
Yes, we are not going through the same.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're not going through the same thing at all. Yes, exactly. That, like you said, that is why an expert is also required.
Exactly.
Because no matter how much of a good friend you can be in any way, or even a good listener, there are some things that don't need replies that you find the reply for, and there are some things that need replies that you just don't know what to say.
And I don't know, like, even if you need experts sometimes, there's some people that are just very gifted. Because I have a friend. Like, he's very gifted when it comes to always knowing what to say. Like, he always has a response to your problem. It's like, are you... Like,
it gets annoying sometimes.
He could even be mentally ill because, like, he's just so detached from everything. So he just always knows how to... He has a lot of space in his head to come up with a lot of things. But then, like, it's not every time that everybody can have that kind of friend.
Everybody's... reaction. Like, no matter what advice that friend of yours gave, it might have worked for you, but if someone with your same issue came to him and got that advice, it might not have worked for that
So
person.
that's when an expert comes in. And like, I'd like to mention like people in schools as well. Those that are getting bullied, those that are getting, and then the school, they would make an attempt to have a counselor. But that counselor is just an agent of the school. Like I said before, people like to turn people's issues
They are not just an
into
agent of the
gist.
school.
Because
It's
when
not
you
even
tell-
that. I found out that some counselors in school, they don't even talk about the student's mental illness. When the student or any problem the student is having, they just come. When the student gets to their office, they're asking them, "Do you have a boyfriend? Do you have a girlfriend?" Like, is that what you're
That's
supposed to
something
be
that
there
like
for?
they are agents of the school.
Is that what
They
you're
want
supposed to be there for?
know-
Even if
they
they
want
have
you to
boyfriends and girlfriends, that is just your
snitch.
business. You're supposed to help them
They
with
want you
their
to
health.
snitch to them so that they can now snitch to the school,
And-
which will now give you trust issues. Because somebody that showed up, like imagine a year 8 student, you're going through so many things. You go and tell your counselor would report you. You get punished for feeling some way that you don't know how to handle. So you tell somebody older than you would definitely develop trust issues. From there, you will not want to seek help. Year 9, year 10, year 11, year 12, uni, anything help, anything mental health, you don't even want to hear it. And I feel like people that are living amongst us today, I feel like they've been victims of that. That's why most people have trust issues. Like me, for
Yes.
instance, we had this counselor in our school, and she was seeming chill at first. People was telling me, "Are you sure you can trust her?" Guy, Claire, you know how all these schools behave now. You know these people that they employ to just come and be their gist source. I'm like, nah, I'm good. She sounds genuine. Like at first, I didn't trust her, but then only for me to be like ranting to her about something, she now ghosted me. Like she just did not respond to my message. And at first I thought, okay, you know what, maybe she's going through something on her own. Like your helper can also need a helper sometimes. So I was like, okay, let me just be considerate. Until I saw her like posting other students from the school, like appreciation, end of the month type. And I was like, I don't understand. So it really played a major role in me feeling like I'm a burden. Imagine
Yes.
somebody that's trained to help you out ghosting you.
Yes.
I just felt like, you know what,
It's
just shut
in
up.
schools is even worse. I think the bullying section is worse, because I never was a bully, but I know people who are bullies. Like you, for some people, you can see a junior student sitting and you be like, because you're a senior, you tell them to stand. That's bullying. People don't say that's bullying, but it is. You were not there first. Even if you don't respect them, respect yourself. So there's even if you don't respect, I'm not saying you should respect the junior student, but you were not there first. You can't ask someone who was there first to stand for you, and some of them get to the set of punishing that child. And the worst part is that schools nowadays support seniors more than juniors, even when juniors are right.
Yeah, word. Like
Even when juniors are right.
all these things are generational.
Yes.
I won't even lie. Me personally, when I entered senior school, I was like, all of you are going to stop. If you open your mouth to tell me,
I was never like that.
all of you are going. But then at some point I realized that, look, Claire, calm down. Like just.
No, I was
the
never like that.
quality.
I was even the head girl, and like most of the juniors liked me. I was one of those chill seniors that I can vibe with you, but the only line I drew was that disrespect should not be there. Normally, I don't care about anybody's respect. I really don't care. I'm not a person, but at least let me respect myself. Let us not break that line of disrespect.
I was like that until some children in my bus thought it was okay to insult me like straight to my face.
That's
and
because
they did
you played
that.
with them too
No,
much.
I didn't play with them. I never gave them any room to insult me or anything. But then I just thought, you know what, like this person is obviously a bad child. I'm not the one that's going to give your child manners. I'm not gonna keep beef with my junior.
Yes.
But like, okay, you ask me, oh Claire, sorry, please, where is this? Claire, I'll answer you. Obviously, that's the only interaction. Oh Claire, please, did somebody come to school? Just back and forth, nothing too deep. So I also like to stress that like the people who are getting bullied and the people who bully, they all need help.
I think the bullies need help more.
Yeah, the bullies need help more. So everybody should just try to keep open arms. Like I know sometimes it might be hard to like forgive your bully, but then everybody needs help. So I think everybody should
Yes.
like make themselves educate themselves
I feel like the
on how
bullies
to-
actually need help more
Yeah.
because something must have happened to them
Yeah.
that
It's
makes
coming
them,
from-
yes,
yeah.
it's coming from somewhere.
the hurt people, or the
Yes.
abused become the
Yes.
abusers.
Yes.
So I think everybody should make themselves aware on how to spot when somebody is going through a lot mentally.
We should not just make ourselves aware. We should read about it. I'm not saying everybody should know so much things about it, but know the basics.
Yeah, and know how to help. Know what to say, know how to like refer them. Even if you don't know how to help yourself,
Yes.
know what to know the way to direct people. Yeah. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Bye.